Happy Veterans Day. This week, get 22% off Adventures All Access when you use the code VETERAN. Thanks for your service. I felt the best way to honor the warrior spirit of the United States Marines was to revisit my favorite monument in the Washington, D.C. area, the U.S. Marine Corps War Memorial. This is one of my favorite memorials, inspired by an iconic 1945 photograph of 6 Marines raising the U.S. flag on the island of Iwo Jima during World War II. It's super impressive with these 32-foot bronze figures raising a 60-foot bronze flagpole on a memorial that rises 78 feet overall. The flag flies 24 hours a day, 365 days a year by presidential proclamation. Here's some of the history. The tiny island of Iwo Jima lies 660 miles south of Tokyo, Japan. Mount Suribachi, an extinct volcano that forms the southern end of the island, rises 550 feet to dominate the ocean around it. U.S. troops had recaptured most of the other islands in the Pacific Ocean that the Japanese took in 1941 and 1942. By 1945, Iwo Jima had become a primary objective in the American strategy to bring the War of the Pacific to an end. On the morning of February 19, 1945, the 4th and 5th Marine Divisions invaded Iwo Jima. The 28th Regiment of the 5th Division was ordered to capture Mount Suribachi. They reached the base of the mountain on the afternoon of February 21st, and by nightfall the next day had almost surrounded it. On the morning of February 23rd, Marines of Company E, 2nd Battalion started the treacherous climb to the top. At about 10:30 a.m., men all over the island cheered when they saw a small American flag flying atop Mount Suribachi. That afternoon, when the mountain was clear of enemy resistance, a second, larger flag was raised in the same location. Joe Rosenthal of the Associated Press caught the second flag raising in a famous photograph that won a Pulitzer Prize and later became the model for the Iwo Jima Memorial. Despite the capture of Mount Suribachi, the Battle of Iwo Jima would rage on for another month. It was some of the fiercest and bloodiest fighting in the Pacific Theater, with 6,821 U.S. troops killed. The statue of 6 Marines, 3 of which later died in the battle, would become a fitting tribute to the courage and resolve of U.S. Marines everywhere. Once the statue was completed in plaster, it was carefully disassembled and trucked to Brooklyn, New York for casting in bronze. The casting process, which required the work of expert craftsmen, took nearly 3 years. After the parts were cast, cleaned, and treated, they were reassembled into approximately a dozen pieces, the largest weighing more than 20 tons, and trucked back to Virginia. Here, they were bolted and welded together on this granite base. President Dwight D. Eisenhower dedicated the memorial on November 10, 1954, the 179th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps. The Iwo Jima Memorial is truly inspiring, containing the location and date of every major Marine Corps action up to the present time. It also contains some powerful inscriptions that communicate the dedication and sacrifice of the United States Marines throughout American history. These are my favorites. Uncommon valor was a common virtue, and Semper Fidelis, the Marine Corps' Latin motto, which means always faithful. Oh, hi. Dave Stotts here. I'm out in the field with Trigger, and I'm here to tell you, hit like and subscribe. I mean, how hard can it be? And while you're at it, click the little bell up top for more of me.